Ike Diaz live. Sorry, guys. Hold on a second here. I gotta flip the camera around. Jeez Louise. The camera was facing the wrong way, guys. So, I hope I'm on camera. Last time I did this like this, my son was here. So, he did the camera for me last time I was here. You know what I'm saying? So, it was easier. Um, Actually, I know what I forgot. I'm going to have to go grab it here in a second. But Ike Diaz Live, the place to be. I want to thank everybody for being here. You guys are all amazing who showed up this early in the morning. I know we get some other listeners at this time. So it's a great time to go on live. We did a live stream last night. I fell asleep. I had a weird dream. I woke up and I said, I got to do a live stream right now. So I'm here doing a live stream. Let me grab something real quick, guys, and I'll be right back. Make sure to go to Team FE, subscribe, and check out the videos we've been putting up. Crazy, 2 live streams in a row. Usually I just carry the cell phone with me, guys, but I wasn't smart enough to do that today. I dropped it again. I guess I'm just gonna set it right here because I keep dropping it. I have no clue why. My fingers are like butterfingers, I guess, today. Jeez. So, be on the screen anytime now. There I go. Ideas live in the place to be. I know, guys, I need a haircut. I know. My hair is getting long. My hair is getting long and my brain is getting stronger. Yeah, last night we had a live stream. I'm at to fill that one with new batteries. And like I said, the live stream I felt went awesome. The problem was that I was late, really late. I was eating with my son and I couldn't start right away. But Helen did a good job. She was tired last night because she's 2 hours ahead of me. Lord help us, Tampa. So her time and her scheduling is really hard compared to mine. Let me fix that real quick. It's gonna keep beeping at us. See what it looks like from there. My pop, guys, no caffeine. And it's early in the morning. So anyway, what I was saying real quick was, if I miss your chat, guys, I'm sorry because I cannot see it. I will try to see it. I will try to watch for the chat. We had a great live stream. Shout out to Lord help us, Tampa. She does very good when she's not tired, when I don't keep her up all night. Like I said, if she's 2 hours ahead. So make sure, like I said, go to Team FE and check out, it's just Team and then FE. basically flat Earth, like obviously. And but Team FE, and you can see some of the videos we posted. We have like 100 more videos to put up. I just haven't had time to mix them. Then I gotta send them to Reggie, so it takes a minute to get them all loaded up. I better stop using my hand signals. Everybody's gonna be saying, "Oh, he's throwing up this and that." Better calm down on that. So here's my thing, guys. So I'm sleeping. I'm laying down, and I remember that a good friend of mine told me about Rick and Morty, obviously in the title today. And I started wondering, man, he watches this stuff religiously. I think they're up to like season 4 or something like that. I'm not too sure about it. Put on my glasses because my head started hurting for a second there with my glasses on. I'm not used to. I will wear my glasses when I do the live streams. But anyway, he oh, he had told me, man, you got to check out Rick and Morty. They talk about everything you talk about. And I'm sitting there thinking, what is this Rick and Morty stuff? So I started asking my son about it, and he said that he watched it. So I started watching little clips of it because the lighting messes with my eyes. I knew when I saw it, I knew the lighting was going to mess with my eyes. So, to make a longer story shorter, I didn't want to make it an exact cliche, so I changed, because I don't like to say cliches no more. What I realized is that people are brainwashed into this show, and they're like completely hooked. I watch them, and they can't break their, like my buddy that turned me onto it, my friend, my little brother. He's like addicted to it. Like it's madness. Like it's crazy. Like I watch him get on there, and he's on there. Like they're watching that, like clued into it, because he came over. I've actually watched 1 or 2 episodes now. I kind of really get the idea of what it's about. You know, they talk about CERN, they talk about the awakening, they talk about interdimensional, they talk about interdimensional beings. They talk about all this stuff I've been talking about for the last 5 years. They talk about time travel. They talk about the firmament, going through the firmament. They talk about, you know, basically the dome. They talk about so much stuff in there. It's crazy, guys. It's crazy. It's so crazy. I look back and I think about it. I'm like, man, is it truth in plain sight? Like all the truthers are always talking about truth in plain sight. And I sat there and I was sleeping thinking about this. I fell asleep like right after the live stream. I was so tired last night. Helen was falling asleep. I was falling asleep. And I was like, we just got to end the live stream. And we had people still popping in. And I was like, we got to go. I'm just telling everybody good night, good night, good night, good night. And I closed it off. And I was asleep like within 2 minutes. And the whole night, I slept for like 4 or 5 hours. And the whole night, I was thinking, dreaming about this dang show. I don't know why. And there's so much predictive programming in there, which I didn't mention right away, that it's obvious that they're setting things in motion for everybody. They're putting things in place. They actually talked about this. We did a skit on the corona. We did the Modelo versus the corona virus thing. It's pretty funny. That's why I said go to Team FE and check it out. Everybody knows, if you watch my videos for a long time, you know why I'm doing these little comedy skits, because I have to get my mind off of it. I have to get my mind off of everything that's going on in the truth world. It's crazy out here. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, there's just so much. It's just so much. There's so much stuff going on in there, and it seems like like in the Matrix, people in the simulation. I think that they think it's for people like on drugs, like hardcore drugs, like spoons and mushrooms and or I don't acids and all them things. I don't know nothing about drugs, guys. You got the wrong person on that. You came to the wrong channel if you want to know about that stuff. But anyway, well, those kind of things, those hallucinogens, um, for the people in the Matrix, yes, that's what it's for. For that's what they think. Um, I'm not for sure, you know. Bill Will, yeah, I slept for like 4 or 5 hours, and I had this dang. I fell asleep. Right, I was falling asleep during the live stream. And obviously, you know, and Helen was falling asleep during the live stream because we were both tired, and we were up late. We were trying to get on earlier. Anyway, I fell asleep like 2 minutes after the live stream, like exactly 2 minutes. So I slept like 4 or 5 hours. I'm not sure. I don't remember, but I slept like 4 or 5 hours. But what I'm saying is that Rick and Morty show, the people in the simulation, I think that they are convinced that it's for people on hallucinogenics or acid and mushrooms. I think that's what they think it's for. But people in the truth movement, obviously, everybody understands that they're talking about truth in plain sight. They're talking, like I said, they're talking about CERN. They're talking about the Awakening Project. They're talking about time travel, getting through the dome, simulation. They're talking about so many things, and I didn't get it. And I know grown men older than me that are stuck on that TV show. They're like, all they talk about is watching Rick and Morty, and I want to say Rick and Morty because my big brother's name is Marty. Um, but in the title, Rick's last name is Sanchez or something. I just noticed that. I didn't notice that. That's pretty funny. It's pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious that I noticed that after after I used that picture for this live stream. So yeah, that's what it was about, guys. I had a dream. I woke up. I said I need to do a live stream. I need to talk about this Rick and Morty show. So if you haven't seen it, go to Rick and Morty. Go check it out. Go see what I'm talking about. That way you can understand. You can understand what I see it as, and maybe you'll see it as the same thing, because everybody sees things differently. We're not all going to see things the same, and I see it as predictive programming. I see it as truth in plain sight. I see it as what's funny is I see it as it's funny because they talk about the coronavirus in that TV show or in that cartoon. It's a cartoon. It's an animated series. I don't even know what channel it's on. I know it's on Hulu because when my buddy was telling me about it, this was like 2 years ago, I want to say, when he was first telling me about it. He came over and he said, let's watch an episode. We watched season 1, volume 1 or something, and it was creepy, guys. There was some creepy stuff going on there in that whole entire series. So yeah, we had a weird live stream last night. I apologize for being late. I apologize that we didn't stay on longer with you guys. Usually me and Helen, we get on those live streams. We're on for like 2 or 3 hours. We don't quit. We're like nonstop. We're like nonstop on the go. So. But there was something else I wanted to tell you guys. What was I gonna say real quick? I got so much into that Rick and Morty because of it wasn't a nightmare, guys. It was just a dream. I was just dreaming about It's snowing out here. I should show you guys. Right out my window, it's snowing again. Yesterday was a really nice day. Like the last couple of days have been really nice, like t-shirt nice. And then today, just all Colorado's weird. Just out of the blue, it just starts hitting us. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy how that all comes together. But I had something else to say to you guys. My phone's obviously up there, so I can't see really what's going on unless I look at this other thing. So, but I can't see. I don't know. I guess I just been goofy the last couple days, guys. I've had a lot on my mind, guys. But I do appreciate everybody who's been supporting, coming by, showing the love. You know what I mean? It's been a total. It's been a total. It's been a weird week. I'm gonna tell you that, guys. Something strange is happening. Oh, I know what I wanted to get into, guys. This is really important. So when we were kids, everything that's going on now, our parents told us all about this stuff, and we blew it off like we were crazy. Like they were crazy, not we were crazy, like they were crazy. So now we're over here telling our kids this stuff. So our kids must think that we're maniacs or something because the way the system has changed. The system has changed so much that this ain't the Reaganomics era. This ain't. I'm from the era of Ronald Reagan. But this is not that era. So all that time, the scripture they were teaching us, the future, they told us, our parents actually told us the future. We're not even smart enough to tell our kids the future now. It's crazy. How did they know the future is what I want to know. I mean, they didn't have they couldn't turn to YouTube, they couldn't turn to Google. I just want to know how they can I'm serious. It wasn't just my mom or my uncles. It was like people in other families, and they all knew this stuff, everything that's going on now. You know what I mean? I know George Orwell's 1984. I did a book report in the 7th grade. I still have the book report, guys. I did a book report on George Orwell's 1984 in the 7th grade, and I saved it all these years, guys. I still have it. I still have a ton of stuff, guys, that actually apply to this thing that we're doing now, with the FE movement, with the truth movement, with everything that's going on. It is so crazy. People are gonna think this is the video from last week because I looked the same exact way. I'm in the same spot. It's crazy. I did a video like this last week. People are gonna think it's the same one. But anyway, I really want to know how they knew everything of today. Like I said, without YouTube, without Google, without all this stuff, all this technology that we have, how did they know it? How were they able to discern what was going on from the right thing to do and the wrong thing to do back then, moving forward into the future? This is 2020. I'm talking about 1980s, guys. The late 80s for me, basically. And they were telling us this stuff. And it's shocking to think about, but it was laughable at the time. And I wish I would have kept all that information. I wish I would have talked to the oldest people I could find when I was that age. Because if I were a young kid right now, I'd be trying to talk to the oldest people alive who are still cognitive, you know? Because, or cognitive, or who are still mentally, who still have a mental focus going on. Because there's so much information that's being withheld that somebody older, a little older than us, you know what I mean? Because I feel like, like I know how old some of you guys are. You guys know how old I am. I feel like a lot of us are right around the same age, is what I call it. You know what I mean? When you're like in within that 10-year group, I think you're around the same age. So I'm saying older than us, like 80s. Some people into their 90s. My mama Emma, she's 92 or 93 now, and she's still mentally focused, guys. And the way I see that is because they didn't have all these confidence trails when they were kids. That's why I think their mental capacity is still holding out pretty good because they didn't have all these medals in the air. I don't know when these medals started. I used to tell my mom in the 90s it was going on. And my mom could tell you this stuff. And she may have thought I was crazy because I used to say, they're controlling the weather. This was in the 90s, in the early 90s, I was telling my mother this. So, I know I've said this before. It's crazy. My mother will sit here and tell you that I told her that stuff. If she was here. Oh, my battery didn't die. You may be hearing my voice still, but my battery might have went out, guys. Let me check real quick. Yeah, I only got a couple minutes left on my battery, guys, on my cell phone. That's weird because I thought it was fully charged when we started because I usually make it an hour when I live stream from my cell phone. Brother Coffee House is in the house. Strange Skies 1111. Dude, dude, my name is Bill also, and you look very similar to me in the face. That's weird. Well, Bill, meet Bill. Bill's formerly of Florida, now South Dakota, and Strange Skies 1111, Bill. I don't know. I've talked to you a few times, but I don't remember where you're from. And Brother Coffee House is in Flint, Michigan. Obviously, by the name. And Beth, what's going on, Beth? Beth's a Colorado native. A Colorado native. So, I guess the last thing is to sum this up, guys, so I can go because of my dang phone. If it should freeze one more time at 10%, and then after 10%, I gotta have it on the charger. But I need to get I actually have to get a new phone because it's not holding the charge. So that's part of the whole problem. I was talking about my parents knowing all this stuff now. Did they know something? The only thing that really got to me that made them sound crazy back then, because I feel like now it's true. But they used to say that we're living in the end times. We're living in the end times. And so that would cap everything off and make everything else that they said sound crazy. So most of the stuff they said sounded on point. And they would get to the end and it would say we're getting to the end times, and it would sound crazy. But now we hear this all the time again. I'm hearing this all the time again. I went for years, and nobody said, "Oh, we're living in the end times." I was in the, in the church, everything. Nobody. Now people are saying it again, but they always said it in the 80s and the 90s, and then 2000 hit. I didn't hear it for years. I maybe heard it one time in 20 years or something. And now, just in the last couple of weeks, I've heard it like 50 times from 50 different people. And it's crazy. I try not to say it. I try not to say it at all. It's just I understand the way things work, and I try not to get myself caught up in that. I'm sorry about that, guys. I'm drinking this pop and this water and it's getting all over. Oh, Aaron Maine, I think you did tell me that Strange 11, Strange Skies 1111, and you've been busy, huh, brother? Coffee House, and we are in the end times. See, see what I just said, man. Man, they were saying that to us in the 80s and 90s. We were just little kids, man. I thought my parents were crazy. I really did. And now everybody's saying it again. Everybody's saying it. It's a trip. So that's my whole story tonight, guy, or this morning. I fell asleep right after last night's live stream. I was falling asleep during last night's live stream. Obviously, you can tell I got energy. I'm awake now, but I was tired last night, guys. I apologize for that. I apologize for being late, but you guys are all amazing who were there and who go back and listen to it and watch it. And I don't know if that one's going to stay up because I just looked at YouTube and YouTube already pulled it. So I'm going to check it again in a couple hours because they pulled like 4 or 5 of my videos, and that might happen to that one. So if you didn't get a chance to watch it, please go by and check it out. See what the Lord help us. But she was wiped out. I feel so bad. I feel bad because she's usually pretty on point, guys. Like, she knows her stuff way better than I do, especially when it comes to scripture, guys. She helps me out. She like guides me through the little different angles and different stuff that goes on with it. But everybody who came this morning, I surely appreciate it. I really thank you. I know this is weird. It's even earlier than when I normally go on. You know what I mean? It's normally I wait till about 5 o'clock and then I go on. But this one was like wake up, do the live stream, and talk about it and get it over with. You know what I mean? Because it was just part of a dream. It was all a dream. I used to read the Ill Ted magazine, but now I rock the mic tight and get my greens. Anyway, oh, that's another thing, guys. So, but besides the truth movement and the scriptures, flat earth, guys, I have a lot of people asking me why I left the music business. A lot of people. I went and checked my emails and oh my God. And it's the truth movement. It's flat earth. It's the scriptures, guys. But I'm still going to make music. It's just not going to be the music I was making. And as far as the comedy skits go, guys, if people get offended by some of the stuff I do or say, I apologize in advance. But I have to do it for my mental conditioning because I am overloaded. I don't know if you could tell. But, hey, thank you, Brother Coffee House, man. I got a couple more to put up today, but I'm going to get out of here, man. It's been awesome. It's been awesome to have you guys in the chat, man. It made me happy. I'm happy to see you, Brother Coffee House, because I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. And Strange Skies 1111, it's always good to see you. I see you all over the place. You are famous. And Bill Will, it's great meeting you and hanging out with you. You're cool. Beth Morgan, please don't fight with Gina when she comes around here, or Amber. So, all right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Have a great morning. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening across this flat plane that we live on. Thank you, guys. In Jesus' name. I know I'm still not used to the whole the other way that everybody does it, but Ike Diaz live. Talk to you later. Have a great evening, or have a great morning. Have a great afternoon. Have a great evening. Later, guys. Make sure you hit Team FE and check out the comedy skits. They're pretty funny, I think. Later, guys.